between now. The state tree of Michigan is the eastern white. What did we freaking effed out again?
Countryman. Said. Back. MRSJ the Mermaid. Said. For his effort during the Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
Countryman. Said. Only F for a second. Nightbot. Said. Help Mr.G with a donation through Stream Elements. https://streamelements.com/mrg_live/tip.
Alright, so continuing on. Here's another Wolverine. This is the Michigan Wolverine. But yeah, Michigan was known for their Wolverines up until the last, 10, 20 years where the Wolverines were
MRSJ the Mermaid.
hunted and killed.
Said. Looks like a bear.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a small bear, and they have very sharp claws as detailed in the true story of the X-Men. All right, continuing on.
MRSJ the Mermaid.
The state animal is the
that looks like a big
white-tailed deer. And believe it or not, the Wolverine and the white-tailed deer, they're actually good friends. Yeah. The Wolverine sometimes likes to ride the white-tailed deer as a white-tailed horse. Yes. The Wolverine will jump on the white-tailed deer and ride it all around Michigan. And they also swim too, so you can use it like as a submarine too. All right, continuing on. Actually, that's not true. Don't believe it. All right, continuing on. This is the state flag of Michigan. Mrs. J said she liked it. Like it says, it's got the moose and the elk and the farmer with a peace sign and a rifle. So you can't beat that, right? And the Latin,
said.
I'm not going to read that.
Mr.G, Moses, and Keanu packages to 1170 Mill Avenue.
All right, some fun facts
Hawaii,
about the great state of Michigan.
The new merch is here, PogChamp, check it out, https.
So, the state flowers, the apple blossom, state fish is the trout, state reptile is the painted turtle. The population is just under 10 million. The motto is, if you seek a pleasant peninsula, look about you. Or in Latin, hey Google, volume 9. Hey Google, what's the state motto of Michigan?
Michigan's motto is Secors Peninsulum Homoenam Circumspice. Would you like to hear more?
Circumspice, yes.
Said.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Google, quiet. So it's the 9th most popular. Hey Google. Hey Google. What the fuck? Hey Google. I didn't tell you to turn that on. Hey Google.
Okay. Well, I'm...
Pause. Alright. Hey Google. Hey, you. Pause. Stop playing music now. All right, continuing. There's 9.9 million, which makes Michigan the 9th most populous state.
Said. Say the northern tail G, that small one on the top right there. The one that looks like a fillet knife.
Oh, yeah.
Mountains in forest and copper mines. It's very interesting.
Wow, interesting. That is interesting. If you look closely on the center of the map there, there's Michigan, the southern peninsula, the northern Michigan, where people are known as Yoopers. And then, as Countryman pointed out, there's one more island on top of that, which is also another part about Michigan. Wow, Michigan, you're something. So, it's the 9th most populous state. If you remember from last Friday's class on Ohio is the 7th most populous state. So yeah, thank you again for pointing that out. Thank you there, Countryman. All right, continuing on with some fun facts about Michigan. Well, driving is easier. You're from Michigan when Driving is easier in the winter because the potholes get filled with snow. All right, yes, potholes, snow. All right, you know you're from Michigan when you understand why someone would bring an octopus to a hockey game. So I still don't understand that. So I'm not from Michigan, though. You know you're from Michigan when you know what a youper is and you can understand them when they speak. So a youper, as we talked about, is from the northern part of Michigan. You know you're from Michigan when you have as many Canadian coins in your pockets as American ones. All right, you know you're from Michigan when at least 50% of your relatives work for the auto industry. You know you're from Michigan when you can flawlessly pronounce Charlez-vous, Mackineck, Sault-Ste-Marie, and Gratido. I think I did pretty good. You know you're from Michigan when Kid Rock's song All Summer Long plays here more than anywhere else because it mentions summertime in northern Michigan. Interesting. So those are some really interesting facts about Michigan. What do you guys think about Michigan? You ever been there? I know I freaking haven't, and I don't want to go either. But it's nice to learn about it, especially if you meet somebody from there and you have something to talk about.
RSJ the Mermaid said, I liked all the facts.
Thank you, Mrs. J. There's still a few more. So, the United States has 5 Great Lakes, and Lake Michigan is the 6th largest lake in the world.
I love traveling.
Yeah. All right, a couple more fun facts. The Lake Michigan, the name, has a Cherokee Indian name, which means big water. And that's where the name Michigan comes from, too. It's a Cherokee name, meaning big water. All right, some more fun facts about the state of Michigan. Grand Rapids was the first city in the U.S. to put fluoride in their water. How did that work out? The first state police radio system in the world was established by Michigan State Police. The first people in the nation to receive assigned phone numbers lived in Detroit in 1879. The first soda pop maker in the U.S. was Vernon's Ginger Ale and was created by accident in 1866 in Detroit. Mackineck Bridge, which connects, the different parts of Michigan, is the world's longest suspension bridge, 5 miles long. Wow, isn't that something? And we're also going to learn about some Fago Soda once we get to the food parts. So, some more couple fun facts about Michigan, and then we'll move on to food and famous people. The beer industry had added $1.2 billion to the state economy in 2016. There are over 100 breweries in Michigan and 5th largest craft beer state. Grand Rapids was voted best beer city in the United States. And what else? There's 124 lighthouses in Michigan, 650 golf courses, and 103 state parks. There's 11,000 inland lakes. So Minnesota is known as the land of lakes, but Michigan's got a lot too. And there's also over 150 species of fish to catch. There's over 100 public beaches, but it doesn't touch any ocean. Can you believe that? I can't. So, all right. That concludes our fun facts part of today's lesson. Wasn't that so exciting?
Countryman said, Michigan is big. That northern section alone is bigger than Massachusetts.
Is it? Wow, Michigan is big. Give it something there. If it didn't have Detroit, it would be a great place to live, right? I mean, if I was in Detroit, I would just walk up north.
Right?
Anyways.
Consent, Mr.G.
I hope you guys liked that part of the lecture. If you want to know more about me, your teacher, you can go to the website on the screen there, gxnetwork.live, and that says a background about me.
Thanks, Mr.G.
And
another great lesson on teaching.
No, we're just starting, Mrs. I mean, we're still got a lot left today, Mrs.
Small
J.
SJ the
We still have
mermaid
foods and famous people.
said, check out Mr. G's website, https://gxnetwork.
But if you're watching this on YouTube and you enjoyed that presentation, give it a thumbs up. Now, quickly, we're going to move on to famous people from the state of Michigan. And like I said, I'm going to go pretty quickly here. So, the first famous person from Michigan is one of the most famous boxers in the world. Floyd Money Mayweather is from Michigan. Somebody else, a famous person from Michigan, is the actor, Academy Award nominated actor Jonathan Simmons, known for the State Farm commercials as well. He is from Michigan. Somebody else from Michigan, he attended Michigan State University. Magic Johnson, former professional basketball player, is from Michigan. Famous actress Kristen Bell is from Michigan. From what I hear, she's not very nice. Somebody else from Michigan, former coke addict, Tim Allen is from Michigan. Somebody else from Michigan, Terry Crews. Terry Crews, nice, outspoken American, Terry Crews. Another famous person from Michigan is Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal is from Michigan. Last I heard, he lived in Russia, but yeah, apparently he's from Michigan. Another famous person from Michigan is Mitt Romney. They have Mormons in Michigan. Okay, I guess he's a Mormon, so yeah. Another famous person from Michigan, the comedian
said,
Ken Jeong.
Yes, that's why Tim Allen does the pure Michigan tourist commercials.
Oh, really? Another famous person from Michigan is Madonna. Another famous person from Flint, Michigan, actually, is Michael Moore. Michael Moore from Flint, Michigan. Maybe the water's why he's so fucked. Nothing, never mind. Another famous person from Michigan is David Spade. The, pretty forgettable David Spade is from Michigan. Another famous actor from Michigan, Selma Blair. Lovely brunette, Selma Blair. Very wonderful dark eyes and dark hair, Selma Blair. Another famous person from Michigan, from the Austin Power movies, Vern Troyer, is from Michigan.
The new lectures here, PogChamp, check it out, https://merch.stream.
Another famous Michiganer. Hey Google, what is somebody from Michigan called?
According to Wikipedia, Michigander and Michiganian are unofficial demonyms for natives and residents of the U.S. state of
Taylor
Michigan.
Lautner, Michigander or Michiganian. Another famous person from Michigan, the lovely Christie Brinkley. Like, wow, she's one of the most beautiful women in my opinion. Christie Brinkley is from Michigan. Somebody else from Michigan, Tom Selleck. I think he was in a Hawaii Five-0. No, I don't know. He's something. He is from Michigan. Another famous person from Michigan, Kid Rock. He's from northern Michigan. Magnum PI, that's the one.
Yeah.
Another person from Michigan, Eminem, the one and only Marshall Mathers is from Michigan. Somebody else from Michigan, the current governor of Michigan is Gretchen Whitmer. Gretchen Whitmer, very attractive governor, is from Michigan. So I think that's all of the people we have from Michigan.
SJ the mermaid.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Sucky famous people from Michigan. Except I do like Tim Allen and Tom Selleck, I guess.
Yeah, Tom Selleck, he's pretty mean in that picture. We'll be right back, see what's going on.
Countryman.
What the fuck are you doing?
Magnum PI was a badass show.
What the hell are you doing?
Said, the stunts they had
Don't
all
do
night
that.
to Mrs. J. Nightbot. Said, send Mr.G, Moses, and Keanu packages to 1170 New Avenue. P.O. Box 37305.
All right, thank you guys. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that part of the lecture. Join the classroom live stream. It's on the screen right there. That's where I put all updates about about the stream. If you want to follow my live stream with my lovely fur babies, that's my my Instagram. That's on the screen right there.
Jane talking about the old one.
All right. So now continuing on. This is the best part of everybody's favorite part. This is where we talk about famous foods from the state.
Said, no.
So we're going to talk about famous foods from the state of Michigan. Okay. So first up we have.
Nightbot said. Help Mr.G.
Well, I was going to order the Detroit-style pizza, right? But I decided against it. Well, they don't have it anymore, actually. So first up, we have Detroit-style pizza.
Tom Selleck was in the original Magnum PI. My parents loved watching that show. Countryman said, I never seen the new one, actually. Is it good or not? MRSJ the Mermaid said, new one is not really my cup of tea.
It's filmed in Hawaii, though, right? I always see them filming it and stuff. So Detroit-style pizza. This Sicilian-style square pizza that is making waves across the nation lately started in Detroit. In the mid-1940s, Buddy's Pizza started making the pie at the original downtown Detroit location, eventually expanding to locations across the state. The deep dish pizza dough made daily is double stretched, resulting in a thick yet airy square topped with Wisconsin brick cheese and a drizzle of sauce. Although a ton of toppings are available, the classic one is pepperoni that's tucked underneath the cheese to keep the meaty flavor without any shine. That's when the meat gets burned. You know, the last thing you want is a burnt pepperoni. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, up next, we have Cherries. If you're ever in Michigan, stop and get yourself some pure Michigan cherries. Come July, Traverse City, Michigan turns into all cherries all the time. This cherry capital of the world holds a national festival in honor of the fruit every summer with a week full of events celebrating the ruby red fruit. Over 75% of the nation's tart cherry crop comes from the state of Michigan. Plenty of you-pick farms surround the area, but for a chance to sample just about anything you could imagine putting cherries in, stop at Cherry Republic, which offers cherry barbecue sauce, cherry coffee, cherry sausage, hot cherry salsa, and much, much more. Well, that just puts the cherry on the cake. Yummy. Well, that puts the cherry on the sundae. All right. Up next, we have Cider and Donuts. This always looks like it's like just thrown out there, like all like ghetto style. But hey, I guess whatever works, right? So, Cider and Donuts. Apple cider is a big fall treat for Michiganders. And come fall, it's often pressed and served right on site at a cedar mill. In the quaint town of Franklin, the seasonal Franklin Cider Mill, open from Labor Day until around Thanksgiving, presses and bottles cider on site with a viewing window for visitors. The mill turns 120 bushels of apples into cider during each pressing, which makes quite a sight. It wouldn't be a traditional visit without ordering freshly fried cinnamon donuts to pair with the cider and breaking off just a small piece to feed to the patiently waiting ducks in the stream. Well, at least the ducks get some, right? Okay, up next, after these donuts, one thing that Michigan is known for that I was surprised is their fudge. So up here we have a hot fudge cream puff. Now, according to FoodNetwork.com, the history of Sanders Candy and Dessert Shops dates back all the way to 1875 when Fred Sanders opened his first location. He quickly developed a vast following for his thick and gooey milk chocolate hot fudge. By the 1950s, Sanders was a household name across the state, and their hot fudge cream puff, made with an airy pastry shell with vanilla ice cream and a hearty pour of fudge, has become an iconic dessert. Although today the business is owned by Morrill's Candy Makers, the recipe remains the original ones, and people can still get their fudgy fix at one of the 10 Sanders ice cream and candy shops all over the state. Yummy, that looks good. So up next we have a good little lunchtime snack. It looks like a pozole, but it's actually called a pasty, or a pasty. The Cornish created the pasty, but when Cornish immigrant copper miners brought the meat hand pies to Michigan, the dish took on new characteristics. Often found in the Upper Peninsula, known as UP, pasties were later adopted by the Finnish, who claimed them as their own. Regardless of origin, the pasty has become a staple Michigan food for the Yoopers, who lived there in the UP.
Dead. Looks like an empanada.
Who even throw a festival to celebrate it. Some of the best pasties can be found at Lori's, a family-owned pastry shop that opened in 1946. They still serve the traditional meat variety stuffed with beef, potato, onion, and rutabagas, but also often mini pasties and garden vegetable versions as well. Well, that's nice. They got veggie pasties. Well, up next, I'm going to show you a double-baked rye bread sandwich, and I'm pretty sure this is not vegetarian. But according to travelchannel.com, double-baked rye bread is to Michigan as bagels are to New York. Often imitated, the version of rye bread is like no other and was created in the 1950s by Jack Goldberg, the owner of the deli.
Now that's a good St. Patrick's Day dish.
Yeah. Speaking of St. Patrick's Day, on Wednesday we're going to be having a special St. Patrick's Day class. So, and then on Friday we're going to have Indiana to close out the week. So, this seedless rye bread is baked about 80% of the way and then baked again, resulting in a golden, crunchy crust with a soft yet sturdy center. The rye bread is also cut thicker than standard bread, so it can stand up to being piled high with corned beef and other deli meats. The bread became so popular that other delis started to adopt its ways. And now you'd be hard-pressed to find a good Michigan deli that doesn't follow Mr. Goldberg's technique for baking rye bread. All right, so that's Michigan-style rye. All right, up next we have the Greek salad. Now, I used to work at a Greek restaurant, and we had a Greek salad, but it was nothing like this. So a Detroit Greek salad is, comes from the Detroit immigrant population, which is very large. So it's no surprise that Greek diners, often referred to as Coney Islands, are abundant throughout the state. They once served primarily hot dogs, chili, and fries, but they grew their menus, eventually spawning another Michigan classic, the Greek salad. Different from the no-lettuce version you'd find in Greece. That's the one I'm familiar with. The Michigan favorite tops freshly chopped lettuce with crumbled feta and beets, both major distinctions in the Detroit version. Pepperoncini, cucumbers, garbanzo beans, olives, and tomatoes. So those are beets. I thought those were kidney beans, but those are beets. Distinctions in the Detroit versions: pepperoncini, cucumbers, garbanzo beans, olives, and tomatoes. Michiganders create their own variations, adding grilled onions, gyro meat, or grilled chicken on top. Each Coney Island takes its own stab at Greek dressings. Leo's is an oil and red wine vinegar topper with Greek spices. Some varieties lean more toward the creamy side. So this is called a Coney Island. And Coney Island is a franchise of Greek restaurants across the state of Michigan. All right, so that was the Greek salad. Up next, I'm going to show you a Polish donut. This is called a Pazaki Donut. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it looks like a jelly donut. According to foodnetwork.com, this Polish donut is popularly known as the sweet treat of Fat Tuesday. But in Hamtramck, a largely Polish town outside Detroit, the devotion to Pazaki, pronounced punchki, it's pronounced punchki, is taken to a new level. Lines form out the door from the wee hours for these decadent donuts traditionally stuffed with rose hip or stewed plum jam. Some of the well-known punch key bakeries, like the New Palace Bakery, have introduced their own variations, such as strawberry and chocolate, filled with strawberry glaze and milk chocolate drizzle, and the red, white, and blue, with creamy custard, strawberries, and blueberries. The town of Hamtramck celebrates Fat Tuesday with a big punch key parade as well. So it's pronounced punch key, these donuts. They're Polish filled donuts. Okay, up next we have a Boston cooler. I know we're learning about Michigan, but apparently in Michigan they they drink a Boston cooler. Now, according to Food Network, a Boston cooler actually has nothing to do with the city of Boston and everything to do with the city of Detroit. Verner's, the delicious ginger ale born and bred in Michigan, is mixed with vanilla ice cream to create the ultimate float. The cooler gets its Boston name from Detroit's Boston Edison district. The smooth, fully blended float is the perfect balance of gingery spice and creamy vanilla for a summertime treat best enjoyed from a classical seasonal walk-up ice cream window like the 20-year-old Dairy Mat in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. So I've actually had this before. I've mixed, vanilla ice cream with... I've mixed vanilla ice cream with ginger ale many times, and it's actually really good. I thought I came up with the idea, but apparently they've been doing it in Detroit. So that's what you call a Boston cooler. All right, it's ginger ale and vanilla ice cream. I've been doing that for a long time, though. All right, so continuing, I hope you guys are enjoying all the delicious foods. Don't forget to, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to like the stream. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to me. Don't be a hater. I really enjoy doing this. And if you don't like it, or if you don't like me doing this, then you just need to move on. All right? Continuing, up next we have sliders. Yummy sliders. This would be a good lunchtime snack. According to FoodNetwork.com, sliders are wildly popular across the country, but there is something different about a traditional slider found in the mitten. A favorite among the late-night crowd, these thin patties made from freshly ground beef are pressed extra thin to soak up some of that grill grease. They're then tossed with chopped mini onions and served on a lightly toasted bun, mustard and ketchup optional. The classic spots haven't changed their way of doing things in aeons, and still maintain the greasy spoon ideal with stainless steel counters, swivel bar chairs, and a white tile exterior. A favorite among locals is family-owned Green's Hamburgers in Farmington Hills, Michigan. So wow, those look really good. I like those simple kind of hamburgers, those simple sliders. All right, up next we have a more complicated dish. This is chipate. Now, I've never had chipate, but according to Food Network, people outside Ann Arbor, where the University of Michigan is located, may not embrace the chipate with the same enthusiasm as locals. But this simple salad, lettuce, mushrooms, cheese, peppers, stuffed in a thick, oversized, freshly baked and still warm pita, has a cult following. The secret is the sauce, which is served both as a dressing and as a dip for the bread. A bright orange, zingy, creamy concoction, the sauce is rumored to be a combination of hot sauce, ketchup, and ranch dressing, but nobody has confirmed it. The stuffed salad was introduced in the 1970s at Pizza Bob's and became an instant hit with the to-go crowd. The opening of Pizza House in the mid-1980s allowed people to dine in and get their chipati fix. Oh, okay, so I make stuff like that a lot. I don't have that orange zesty dressing, but I tend to make a lot of healthy stuff like that. That's very good. It's called a chipata. It's very good for you, too. All right, up next, this is called Detroit Street Brick. And I have had this. They sell this everywhere at bakeries, but this is Detroit Street Brick. And it originated at Zingerman's, the do-it-all Zingerman's, with an award-winning deli, roaster, bakehouse, restaurant, candy shop, and creamery, is a bastion of Michigan flavor. One of the most impressive elements of the Ann Arbor mainstay is the cheese selection, featuring many variations made of the creamery. The Detroit Street Brick, which is named for the brick street in front of Zingerman's, is a citrus-tinged, earthly-aged goat milk cheese made with flecks of green peppercorns. It's a fan favorite and a 3-time American Cheese Society winner. Wow, that's surprising. I thought that was like a Debbie snack, you know? But no, that's actually cheese. So I actually haven't had that. I would remember that. That's Detroit style brick cheese. All right, up next, just a few more here. We have a kudigi.
SJ the mermaid said, "The earring looks like a treat."
So yeah, I know, right? So kudigi, this looks pretty good. It's a sandwich that originated in northern Italy. That reminds me, I gotta call my friend in Italy. The kudigi quickly became a staple in the Marquette area when Italians immigrated to the Upper Peninsula, bringing their appetites with them. Found in many sub, pizza, or pasty shops around the region, the sandwich showcases homemade spicy Italian sausage, often seasoned with hints of clove and cinnamon, as you'll find at Van Gogh's with marinara sauce and mozzarella cheese on a hard roll. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. I'm going to get a drink of water here. I mispronounced marinara. Where's my water? There it is. All right, so continuing on, we're having a great class here today. Hope you guys are all enjoying it as much as I am. Learning about all this delicious food. Up next, we have an alcoholic beverage, because as we learned, the state of Michigan is big on craft beer. And Bell's Oberon is one of the most popular beers in Michigan. It was started by a college student with a knack for making beer in a 15-gallon soup kettle turned brewing vehicle. Now going strong for 3 decades, the independently owned brewery produces some of the best beer around. After graduating from Kalamazoo College, Larry Bell stuck around and made the town his home base, not only producing beers there, but also opening a general store and a small pub that taps several beers exclusive to the locale. Perhaps best known is the Summer Wheat Ale, Bell's Oberon, a seasonal favorite with aromas of citrus and a smooth taste. The Cherry Stout beer pulls in Montgomery cherries from Traverse City, Michigan, to add tang to the dark and chocolate-noted malt. So I like anything with cherries. So, I'm not a big beer drinker, but I'd taste some cherry beer. Speaking of cherry, this is Fago Soda. And we're going out of order here a little bit, but Fago Soda is a popular soda. And according to foodnetwork.com, in Michigan, it's never soda. It's called Pop. In fact, there's a pop brand like no other started in Detroit, and it's called Fago. It all began when Ben and Perry Fegenson, Russian bakers, decided to take their frosting flavors and translate them to soft drinks. The result was a sugary success with never-before-seen flavors such as Red Pop, a red soda, Rock and Rye, a cream soda, and Candy Apple. Wow, that's where they got their idea for red soda, huh? Today, the brand offers all sorts of varieties and tons of nostalgia for those who grew up on the carbonated beverage with the funky flavors. So, Fago. You like your red soda? Well, you haven't had red soda until you had Fago. All right, up next we have a special kind of fudge. So Michigan is known for their fudge, and this is Mackineck Island fudge. So a trip to old-timey car-free Mackineck Island isn't complete without getting a slab of its famous namesake fudge. Walking around, it's nearly impossible to resist the watering smells of fresh chocolate as the fudge is assembled on marble tables for all to see. Fudge shops around the island, but Murdoch's has the longest history, dating back to the 1800s when it's opened its first candy shop. Now the shop boasts about 24 flavors, including the original chocolate, the Traverse City Black Cherry, and the Michigan Maple Walnut, all available to ship nationwide. Wow, I'm going to order some of this.
Said, Mackinac Island is really neat.
Yeah, have you been there and had their fudge? That looks delicious, that fudge. So up next we have Coney Dog. Now try a Coney Dog, a hot dog slathered with chili, drizzled with mustard, and sprinkled with onions. Is pretty much a must for anyone visiting Detroit.
Said, no fudge, but I've been there.
Although the selection is abundant across the southeastern part of the state, the true original Coney dogs can be found at 2 next-door neighbor hot dog locales, Lafette and American Coney Island. Try them at both and join the debate on which is better. I guess it's kind of like the cheesesteak in Pennsylvania, which we learned about last week. So up next we have chocolate chunk cookies, not chocolate chip cookies, chocolate chunk cookies. The identity of Tom's mom is a secret, but the fact that her cookies are a Michigan must-have isn't. The chocolate chunk cookies sold in Harbor Springs and shipped nationwide are made with chocolate chunks cut from 10-pound bars of chocolate and mixed by hand to a secret batter. The cookies are soft and chewy with the perfect chocolate-to-cookie ratio, making them taste just like Mom's cookies should. Okay, well, I make some pretty darn good chocolate chip cookies too. I don't know what's so special about these ones. All right, up next we have almond boneless chicken. This sounds pretty good. I like almonds and I like boneless chicken. Americanized Chinese food may not be traditional Asian fare, but one dish in particular has become a traditional Michigan Chinese food dish. Almond boneless, my stomach is growling. Almond boneless chicken, also washuga, called ABC by native Michiganders, is a deep dish of deep-fried, crispy, boneless chicken topped with a thick, dark brown mustard gravy with crushed almonds and scallions on a bed of iceberg lettuce. Although it's unclear where exactly the dish originated, it has been a staple in most Chinese food menus in southeastern Michigan for decades. A stellar place to grab the dish is Hong Hua, a relative newcomer. The restaurant serves both Americanized dishes and many authentic Chinese dishes tough to find anywhere else. Wow, that looks delicious. They don't have that in Hawaii. They have something similar, though. Chicken cutlets. So, just like other northern states, there's not a lot of fruit that grows in that colder climate in Michigan, but blueberries is one fruit that does. Northern Michigan has its cherries, but the western coast of the state on the shores of Lake Michigan is all about blueberries. At DeGrand's Champs, blueberries are grown for a large selection of grocery stores, but visitors can come to the U-Pick farm in South Haven during July to pluck the sweet, plump fruit straight from the bushes. There is a small farm market on site open daily for jams and salsas, frozen berries, and other local fare. All right, just a couple more here. Up next, we have a whitefish. I've never had a whitefish before, but if I'm ever in, urban Detroit, I'll pull up to a, set of young men, young teenagers, and I'll be, "Hey, fellas, where's a guy like me can get his hands on some fresh whitefish?" Mm-hmm. And then I will be shot. No, excuse me. Whitefish, according to FoodNetwork.com, surrounded by the Great Lakes, Michigan has an abundance of fish. Whitefish is a regional favorite, often found on Lake Charlevoix, a charming semi-seasonal town in the northern part of the state, where many Michigan residents spend the summer. The freshly caught whitefish can be served fish and chip style, pan-roasted, or even made into a dip. But the best way to enjoy the fish is probably smoked. John Cross Fish Market smokes the fish whole in-house and sells chunks of whitefish to flake off and to eat or to spread with butter on a bagel. Yo! All right, up next we have zip sauce. Zip sauce is something you eat with your filet mignon. Filet mignon is delicious. It's a cut of steak on its own. But the owners of Lele's, a classic Italian chop house that opened in the 1930s, took it to a whole new level by adding their own special topping, zip sauce. Said to be a combination of butter, Worcester sauce, and a variety of seasoning, this topping makes the steak extra juicy, and it goes particularly well with mashed potatoes to soak up any remaining drops. It became such a hit that the owner and Detroit Italian chop houses have adopted it as well. Wow, it goes good with mashed potatoes. I'm sold. Zip sauce. Yummy. All right, up next we have a Frankenmuth chicken dinner. Winner, winner, Frankenmuth chicken dinner. And I don't know what that is, but this is the second to last one we have here, guys. The Frankenmuth Chicken Dinner. This cute little Bavarian town of Frankenmuth is best known for two things: Christmas and chicken. Chicken dinners, to be specific. Frankenmuth is home to Bronner's, the world's largest Christmas store, as well as two old-fashioned restaurants that serve heaping chicken dinners that date back to the mid-1800s. At Zender's, which opened its current location in 1856, the all-you-can-eat meal starts with homemade noodle soup, followed by an appetizer plate with fresh-baked breads, homemade cranberry relish, and Zeiner's cheese spread with garlic toast, among other delights. The main plate is heaped with fried chicken, gravy, buttered egg noodles, vegetable, and mashed potatoes, leaving no room for ice cream at the end. Yummy! That's a chicken dinner, winner, winner. All right, and I saved the best for last. At least this looks like the best for me. This is what I like. This is my type of sandwich right here. This is called a Dinty Moore, right? I love Thousand Island. I love corned beef. And what else we got there? We can do it without the veggies. The roll looks good. It looks like an onion roll. But according to foodnetwork.com, it's no surprise that Detroit has a deli sandwich that began there. Given the city's history with rye bread and its bragging rights as home to many of the great corned beef makers, this oversized triple-decker sandwich is piled high with corned beef, slathered with a creamy Russian dressing and topped with crisp shredded lettuce and a ripe tomato. At the bread basket, they serve a Tupper's pickle on the side, another made-in-Michigan delight. Yummy in my tummy. I want that corned beef and me, yummy tummy. All right, so that's a Dinty Moore. If you're going to learn anything from today's lecture, learn that Mr. G likes a Dinty Moore. So if you're ever out to eat at a restaurant with me, take me to a restaurant that serves a Dinty Moore, all right? Or remind me that I like the Dinty Moore, because that's what I want, all right? Thank you all for watching. Countryman, Mrs. J.
Michigan is also big on maple syrup, just like Maine and Vermont are.
Oh, really? I did not know that. Thank you, Countryman, Mrs. J. You guys contribute so much to the class here today. It was a wonderful class. We learned all about the foods of Michigan. We learned about the geography of Michigan. And we learned about famous people from Michigan and famous things from Michigan.
Thanks, Mr.G. Always enjoyable.
You're welcome, guys. On Wednesday.
Yep, this was fun. And special guest, Peach too long.
Peach definitely stole the show. Scene-stealing Peach. But thank you all for coming. Any new people here, if you're unfamiliar with the class, you're unfamiliar with me, you can go to my website.
Stream. Are you going to stream later?
I might do some gaming later. You can maybe check me out on Twitch. I'm going to replay this on YouTube. I do have a couple other business things to take care of and to send off and to sign and stuff. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow morning I'll be live again, probably either on YouTube or Twitch. I'll either do a stock market stream or I'll cook a delicious breakfast. So we're going to end it with the state song of Michigan, which is Michigan, Oh Michigan. And I'll show you some famous landmarks in Michigan. Do we have any questions or anything like that? No? Okay, once again, thanks everybody.
Sounds good. Great job, G.
It was a great class today. Oh, I did want to point out that we have completed almost at least 40 of all the states. So as you can see here, we can go ahead and color in another state, Detroit. We can color in up there by the Great Lakes there. So we're going to do that right now. All right, so a little closer here. All right, so covering Detroit. All right. Okay, so as you can see, we're almost done with all the states. We've done 40 out of the 50 states. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to find your state, check the playlist because your state is somewhere in the playlist. Now, we have classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But this Wednesday is St. Patrick's Day, so I'm going to get drunk by myself in a closet, crying. No, I'm just kidding. No, I will get drunk. No, I will have a glass of wine. No, on Wednesday we're going to have a St. Patrick's Day class where we're going to learn all about St. Patrick's Day, the history of St. Patrick's Day, St. Patrick's Day tradition. We're going to go St. Patrick's crazy, and we're going to talk about the fugitive and why they dye their river green every year for St. Patrick's Day. I don't know. And we'll talk about that on Wednesday. So I know Cody's from Indiana, and he's looking forward to the Indiana stream. We'll do that on Friday. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. It's my favorite day of the week.
Said, I may not be able to make Wednesday due to family dinner, but you'll definitely catch the VOD.
Okay, thank you, Countryman. You're always welcome. The class always runs so smoothly with Mrs. J and Countryman as well. So if you're enjoying this class, don't forget to thank my wonderful, beautiful assistants. If I'm audacious enough to call them that, but I appreciate them so much because they add so much to the class. Mrs. J, we're very well traveled. You've been to a lot of places, many more places than I'll ever go to. And Countryman, you're also extremely knowledgeable. The three of us would put on a great class for you guys, and we're all about being constructive and being legit.
Love adding. We both learn from each other's.
Thank you. So things went well today. I love it when the stream ends well. There's been some streams on YouTube over the past 2 years where I end up yelling and getting angry and people saying really mean, hurtful things, but that doesn't happen on Twitch. So shout out for Twitch for that, to keeping the bad people off of their platform.
And send Mr.G, Moses, and Keanu packages.
All right, guys. Everybody have a wonderful night. Aloha from Hawaii, the Father and Son and the Holy Spirit. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Dear God, protect everybody in the chat that's good. Protect everybody that wants me to do well. Thank you for everything you've given me. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for letting me feed all the cats. Thank you for protecting me and the kitties. Please protect me. Please protect my twin brother. Please protect all my good friends like Irene and Lita and Mrs. J and Countryman. And please show Anessa, and please show everybody the right way. And please watch over everybody in this community. Thank you for everything you've given us. In the name of Father and Son and the Holy Spirit. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Everybody have a good day. Look for a gaming stream later. And everybody, I love you guys. We're building a very legit thing here. A real thing. So I'll talk to you guys later.